Also, the engine of the R32 is actually out. Transmission has been separated, and we're finally going to dig into the engine and figure out what actually went wrong and what's actually wrong with the engine, so we can actually buy parts and you know, have a big, powerful engine. So it's been a couple of weeks since I actually touched this engine, but a couple of weeks ago I actually already took the turbos, the intake, and the exhaust manifold out. So turbos are out, and intake manifold is out, and all that crap is there. So basically right now it's ready to start like taking the heads off. So that's the next step. This is where the turbos are at, and I don't know if you can see this, all this grime right here. That's the turbo that is actually blown, and it's like leaking oil everywhere. So I'm pretty sure this is the turbo that is blown. That one is fine. It doesn't have like all that grime of oil like this one is. But I did find something very interesting, which is not good at all. So when I took the this part, the exhaust manifold out with the turbos, actually this is actually the intake side, but the other side, the exhaust manifold, when I took it apart, one of the ports actually found this little tiny piece. So this little tiny piece right here is what I found in one of the ports. It was just sitting there. It is not metal, so I'm not entirely sure what it is. I am thinking that it could be part of the ceramic wheels from the turbo, and that's what actually blew and went inside the engine somehow. But also, apart from this is the only piece I actually took off. Apart from this, on the intake side, you can actually see tiny little pieces, really like debris. So you see right there, that's all debris from, it seems like it's the same type of material as this little piece. And they're not magnetic, and I'm pretty sure these are the little pieces that I saw earlier in videos before when I put the camera inside the cylinders. Might be some pieces like this, a little debris like that, and reason why when I put the magnetic thing in there nothing came up, because I think these are ceramic. It doesn't seem like it's plastic, but it seems like it's ceramic, which it makes me believe that the turbo wheel, which are ceramic for these cars, kind of shattered and blew up, and I don't know. So let's start taking this apart and finally take off this head and see where the damage inside is, and finally you know, go from there, because this little piece is not good at all. So whoa, that was easy. So this is the valve cover off. Everything looks good, nothing out of the ordinary up here. So that is something we are good so far. Now I do have to take off this, and to take off this, and to take off the crank pulley. I do have some cheap tool from Harbor Freight. This is a little thing from Harbor Freight, like one of those pulley pullers out. It comes with some bolts, but the bolts that came with this kit did not fit, so I had to go to the hardware store and buy some actual bolts that actually bolt to this right here. So I have that, and yeah, Gonna put this real quick and try to get this out of here as much as I can. Hopefully it comes out. Alright, so I have the belt already off. I got that crank pulley off. Just make sure that you always use one of those crank pulley pullers, because that makes the job a million times better. Don't jimmy stuff and then try to pry it apart, because then you're going to damage this part. So I got that all off. I got the sprockets, the cam sprockets off, the belt off. I got that little cover that was back here. And the only way to take that little cover is by taking the sprockets off. And yeah, I think that looking over everything, I think that everything is ready to go. And I might have to take this bracket off for when I pull it, but I'm going to take off the cams off first. Should I? Yes, I have to take off the cams because I can't access the bolts that are underneath somewhere, and I can't even see where the hell the bolts are at. Oh shit, bolts are huge over there. Yep, those are humongous Allen key bolts. Yep, so take those off, and then so yeah.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it is the moment of truth to pull the head out. I did find like the 3 bolts that were kind of hiding. They were like really small, in each corner. Only 3. I need to find a 4th one. So each corner had, except one corner didn't have a bolt that bolted the head to the bottom of the engine. And now it's just pull up, and hopefully that it actually comes off. I'm guessing I'll put my screwdriver somewhere where it doesn't really affect, you know, the little cracks of it, somewhere. Get some leverage, try to get the head off. So let's see if we can pull the head and finally figure out what's wrong with this engine. Oh, the heck? Oh, shit. Well, that was very, very easy. It just came off like butter. At least this part did. Oh, crap. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Make sure. This is still connected to it. So, to be honest, I have no idea what I'm looking at. It doesn't look good at all on top of the cylinder. Don't even know what that is. Let's look first at the valves. They don't look bad either. They do have some kind of, I don't know. I mean, it looks normal to me, but it doesn't seem like there's any bent valves or anything like that. Actually, well, I don't know exactly, but it looks fine to me. But there is a lot of debris of something that is unknown. Let's look at the valves right now. So sorry about the lighting. Hopefully you guys can see that, but that's all the valves. It doesn't seem too bad. Of course, this one, I believe this is exhaust and intake. I'm not entirely sure which side I'm looking at. I think this is intake. Yeah, this is intake. Exhaust, it looks, every single one looks consistent. All right, so now let's look at on top of the engine or cylinders. So these are the 3 cylinders that had some type of compression. I think it was like 60, 50, 30, something like that. These 3 were 0, 0, all of them. So here's that thing that I'm talking about. Oh, let me see if I can get better lighting. It's like tons of debris in there. What it is, no idea what that is. Like I said, it's not magnetic. I'm not entirely sure if it's the gasket. Where's the gasket? I can barely see where even the gasket is at. There. See, it's like debris. I don't know what that is. It's like something. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. So I'm not entirely sure what the heck has happened, because it doesn't seem like the valve got destroyed. I don't know if the valve is bent, but it doesn't seem like it hit any valves here. It's like paper there. This looks a little burnt there. Crispy burns in that. So this is actually my first engine that I actually opened, taken apart. So I was hoping that I could see something clearly when I took apart the head from the engine, and hopefully see something clearly, but not all this little debris, which I got no idea what it is. The cams look fine, the valves look fine, even the pistons look fine. I don't know. It still could be that the turbo exploded and all that debris came inside, because it's just kind of crap sitting on top of the pistons pretty much. So I don't know guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the video here, and I'm gonna work on the engine in these couple of days and keep tearing it all apart. I have to kind of take all these hoses out. I gotta clean the garage really good, and then so I can start taking apart the bottom half of the engine, and then I'm gonna work on the heads and take everything apart to check all the valves, all the springs, everything. And then of course the pistons to see what it could have been. If I don't find anything, then we rebuild. I mean, we're gonna rebuild the engine anyways, but I have to check on the turbos to see if the turbo is the one that got destroyed, munched up, and I don't know. I really don't know. I'll ask around friends that have worked on engines before to see what the heck that is, and if they have any hypothesis of what could have been. But at least we have the engine apart. We are rolling into working this, and then getting it closer to an engine build. I'll probably just buy everything, pistons, cams, everything brand new, so we can have this baby running, and then the GTR, perfect GTR, and work from there. So first thing we got to do, remember, always, like I've said in my previous videos, always first thing is just make it run first, engine running, so we can actually move the GTR out. But this is where I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, tell me what you think that is, and I don't know, give me ideas, hypotheses, or anything, and I'll comment you back. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.